thank you everyone for joining and making space for us in your busy day. And I hope that you get value from the session and learn a little bit more about this partnership between TidyPay and Elavon, but also how we work with a wider network of partners. And just to establish a bit of a baseline, we have people who are new to TidyPay joining the call, and we also have people who already know a little bit about TidyPay. But it's nice to meet you all. I'm Alvaro, as Ipti said, Chief Commercial Officer at TidyPay. And today we're going to be talking about how to unlock these distributors potentially. If you go over to the next slide, Ipti, first perhaps it's good to talk about who we are at TidyPay. And we like to say that we are the new generation of payment services, and not only in offering world-class payment infrastructure, but also helping shape new business models and channels for payment services. We strongly believe that point-of-sale providers across Europe are the best distribution model for our payment services. We believe that these POS providers are well embedded into the merchant's ecosystem and the setup, and they are best placed to adapt the offer of TidyPay to the merchant's needs and recommend the correct setup for the merchant. Also, we like to work in the background as a very agile technical partner, while as we see it, distributors act in the front line with the merchant, offering the different solutions across the point of sale stack. We, as a technical partner, bring new solutions, new products, new business models that allow the distributor to get a bigger footprint with their merchant base. And also, we introduce new solutions, for example, soft pulls. We're going to talk a little bit about that today. And also how we work closely with Elavon. We have Elavon as a payment services partner and in the acquiring services. And we are certified to provide these services in 32 European countries. So really nice to meet you all, and let's go through a quick run through the different products that TidyPay offers. And when you think about payment services, it's good to think about it in a practical sense. Where could these services be located? So it could be from an online environment to a physical space. So on the physical space, if you think about TidyPay One, this has been the focus for us. And TidyPay One is what you would normally think as a point of sale solution, a terminal present at a shop, basically. This is PCI certified hardware that works with the TidyPay solution. We work with Sunmi as a strategic partner for this PCI, who makes this PCI certified hardware. But the hardware is bought through distributors as well, like Blue Star across Europe, Link in the UK. And this allows us, as you can see already in this partnership, have the right skills and the right technical platform from each provider to present the best solution for the distributors, and in itself allowing the distributors to put a really good offer for their merchants based on their needs. This is our bread and butter, and when we talk about hardware devices, I think it's also important to say that, for example, through Sunmi, there is a whole variety of different hardware styles that suit different merchant needs, and because we always like the merchant to be successful in the setup and how it interacts with the point of sale. If we go, for example, to e-com, this is more in a setup, as I mentioned, when you think of an online sale, or when there is sales through apps, but also because today it is difficult to think about only physical sales. I think for a lot of businesses, it is true that an omni-channel sales strategy is what brings success. And so we want to support distributors to be able to have merchants who require both physical and digital, or simply just a digital solution. So then when we go to TidyPay Go, this is as we, for example, can demonstrate innovation. Because times are changing, and if you think about the way things are being sold, or the way people are used to consuming services, they like to get up and running quite quickly. One friction that we see, for example, to get a traditional hardware device is that it can be expensive for the merchant, because these devices have to be PCI certified, so they could have a high cost upfront or through the repayments on a monthly basis, depending on the business model. But SoftPOS, for example, allows, number one, quickly launching a merchant, for example, if they want to test the payment services, but also to have an easy setup where they already have a device, where they have a point of sale software, for example, and they can just add the payment solution through TidyPay. So we see this as a really market-leading value proposition. We will see some changes in the industry, but TidyPay works very closely with the distributors, for example, and telling them what type of devices are the best ones, and also, some of the devices are perhaps not supported. So we are a good partner in that sense. But when we think about trends in the payment industry, going a little bit deeper, you might think that is around cool technology or new payment methods like open banking, or it might be around changes in the regulation. But what we see here as the biggest trend is actually in the value chain, because payments in themselves have become a commodity, and to create the right value, we believe that the payment service has to be in the right place, and that's where TidyPay comes in, because we put this payment service in the hands of POS providers, and we believe that they're already embedded in the whole ecosystem of the merchant, possibly 99%, covering 99% of the merchant's needs in terms of the point of sale setup. So then we can be in the background and allow them to do their work. For us, partnerships also create an agile way of working to make sure that we are a good technology provider, but also adapting quickly to alternative payment methods that can be implemented through our payment solutions. So for us, technology has always played a very important role now, but also in the future, to get more value through partners. And then talking about partners, how do we create value in partnerships? So when we speak about our partnerships, we have decided to take this to the next level. So we have a strong partnership with Sunmi for the PCI devices, and obviously the rest of their products is a perfect match for TidyPay Go, and also the different and the high quality variety of devices that Sunmi provides. It's a great fit, but also we believe that, for example, the distribution model is something that we need to look at. So we work with partners like Blue Star across Europe, Balink in the UK, AB in Poland and the Baltics, because then the distributor has the option to get the devices from a particular provider that they like or that are in their market, but also through different acquisition models for the devices. And I think it's important to highlight this, because when you think about devices, if you were to buy them directly, it involves, for example, placing large orders. So you have a lot of stock, it's a lot of upfront costs. So this alleviates a lot of those pains working through these partners, and it makes it really, really simple and easy to go live. And then, for example, we also have things like partnerships on the engineering side that helps us scale up new solutions and improve and add more features to the solutions that we already have. And last but not least, we work with Elevon. So we have that engine in the background helping us with the entire payment on the acquirer side, all the relationships with the networks and so on. And let's look at this a little bit deeper. We have Elevon as a payments partner from the beginning. We selected them in a very careful process, but we believe that this is a very strong partnership, and they have been a very professional partnership for us from the start, because the payment experience is excellent in all aspects. They bring the fin to fintech, and we bring the tech side. So this makes a really strong partnership and collaboration to solve the most common problems. They have a very strong footprint across Europe, very, very deep into the market. So we really believe in this partnership. But let me show you as well how we work together, because at TidyPay, we love distributors. And by distributors, we mean point of sale providers and independent service vendors that are working directly to sell the services to the merchants. And for us, they are the best in the world in creating value for the merchants, right? So we decided that they can do a hell of a better job offering these payment services to the merchant because they understand the customer needs and how the payment solution fits in the overall setup that the merchant has. They can give them the right focus and the right support. So from a TidyPay perspective, the distributors have the right to promote, sell, install, and support the payment services under a white label model where it is the distributor's brand front and center, or they can also use the TidyPay brand. This creates a strong value for our distributors because we provide flexible business models around pricing, bundling of payment services in different ways, reducing the hardware costs, as I spoke about, by simply having one device to do multiple functions like point of sale and payments, but also then having the direct technical support and operational support on the technical side from TidyPay to the distributor. And I would say one of the most important parts of working with TidyPay is that payments is a regulated service. So the point of sale provider might be very familiar with, for example, software and hardware, but when it comes to onboarding customers in a compliant way, we have a portal and we have the know-how and the collaboration with Elevon to make that successful. And of course, we have a very strong marketing toolbox. We run sessions like these, talking about specific topics that help the distributor unlock the value of different solutions so they can promote them better to the merchant. We can promote material and so on. So there is a lot of value that we can provide to distributors, for example, around the integration, the customer support that we provide. There are a number of things that we can do together. But without further ado, I would like to also hand over to Deepti at Elevon to tell us a little bit more.
Thank you, Alvaro. So before I start, Deepti Akali, I work in Elevon and I've been with Elevon for over 5 years, a decade more, industry experience in terms of payments, and been in payments and love payments. So sort of a geek when it comes to payments there. And the reason I was very interested in talking with Alvaro today was to just talk about why payment solutions and these kind of strategic relationships are the key in order to grow the whole distribution channel and everything. So I will take you through my slides in terms of who we are a little bit, but I think what I really want to talk about is why these strategic relationships are the key for us as an acquirers or in the markets to actually take these to the merchants, to the small, medium-sized merchants, right? So like Alvaro said, there are different type of distribution channels they have directly, but then key things like having the right acquirer relationship and having the right access to the market is also a key. So I think we as Elevon provide a very good solution there in terms of small to medium-sized businesses, and with TidyPay with us in the strategic partnership, it helps us grow in that space. So if I just take you a little bit about us, we have been around for 25 years. We are part of a bigger bank called US Bank in North America, and We've been in Europe for more than 25 years. We have our businesses across 36 countries where we operate, and we have more than, now the numbers here says 14 plus, 1400 plus employees, but we have more than that in terms of the different partnerships we have where we actually work with. So that's our DNA. We don't believe in developing everything in-house. We don't believe in having that sort of model. We believe that having the right strategic partnerships, having the right process payments, and simplifying operation is our key, rather than trying to be a tech side of the fintech, because we are very good in the finance side of things. So having these sort of relationships helps us bring. So if you look at a glance, that there are 4 things which is the key for us, which is where we play. So we have the payment expertise. We are trusted, we reliable in terms of our platforms being up and running. We are innovative. Like this is where, like TaddyPay, we have different sort of partnership relationships where we are, how do we be market ahead, right? What do we need to do? And what kind of partnerships we need to develop. So over 2 million customers, we process close to 476 billion worldwide volume. So we are, in the market space, we are quite prominent there. So it is quite interesting for us as the payment and as the partnership, landscape develop. How do we keep up to date and keep growing there? So then moving on to what makes us a difference is there are 6 key things we very proudly say that, which is where we are very good. And we support a wide range of payment methods, right? We have DCC, MCC, we have over 80 plus currencies across, where we actually support a wide merchant base across European market. We have easy partnership and integrations option in terms of the API and the innovative bits we are trying to do with cloud and other things. So we are trying to be ahead of a game there. We have, because we are a part of bank, so having data protection, having PCI, other things is part of our DNA by default. So anything when it comes to security, we are ahead in terms of making sure that how do we make sure our customers are protected. And the other things which it is apart from supports and be innovative, I think one of the key part of our business is data insights and reporting, because data is the way to go and we know how it is. So it's all about making sure that how Elavon is kept abreast with all of this and how we are using this, helping our small to medium size of businesses grow. So these are the 6 basic things we are very, very good at. So the next few slides is all about our propositions. So I'm not going to tell you about what is online and e-commerce, because that will be repeating everything what Alvaro said. But there are 6 things what we have. So we have a strong presence in terms of online and e-commerce. We also have, moving on to the next slide, we can talk about in-store payments, because this is where TidyPay and SoftPOS solutions, what we are trying to be market ahead for our European countries to make sure that we are providing the right kind of solution for the market. We know that in-store payments is the key, but how do you keep innovative and how do you launch things which takes the fraud bit away from the market? And the second thing is, how do you make sure that your merchant, the right value for your merchant you're giving them, right? Because not every merchant from small, medium business space can afford the hardware solutions and all sorts. So how do you have the right sort of in-store payments for them, and what kind of value added services you can give them as an acquirer is the key for us. So these are in-store payments, main of the things which we do. And then we do payments on the go, which is nothing but we make sure that we have, like I said, SoftPOS solution being one of them. We have a range of solutions we are working with, and we have across our kitty which we work with, like mobile merchant, MPOS, SoftPOS, in-store, and which is our fully integrated service. So we have different sort of solutions in the market depending on the customer and the market needs. So that's definitely is one of our value prop. And then moving on to the next one, it is all about, as I said, data, which is the main thing. And it's how you use the data anywhere, anytime, and how do us as an acquirer providing the right insights back to the merchants for them to then use, use it for the right services. Like in our back office, we can see your balance is running low. Do you want, a funding requirements? Or we see that your this side of business is really doing well. Do you want more insights? So it's all about processing that data and making sure that the customer has the right insights going into via portals and other things. And the final thing is, one of the biggest thing for us we are very proud about is the implementation support. We are very seamless, we are flexible, we work with the customer. It depends, nobody is too small or too big, so depending on the customer need, we have different model, we have dedicated support, and we make sure that with the strategic partnerships like TidyPay, and we have set up the right model where if it's a small business, how are we operating, to when it is a large business, how are we going to operate. So this in a nutshell is all about Elavon and how we operate. And the few things I want to make a point on, and then I'll hand over back to you, Alvaro, is that for me personally, as you very correctly said, payments have become a commodity, right? And having payment services in the right place is the key. So strategic partnerships and the partnerships in terms of distribution model is the key to grow in any business. And us as an Elavon really recognizes that, and hence partnerships like TidyPay and the other partnerships we have in place is the key for us to keep growing and be relevant in the market. Because the more you try to develop in-house, the market moves so quickly in payments that you can't be on top of everything. So how do you make sure you are ahead of game and having the right things you do well, you keep doing well, and let the tech side of things be worried about by tech companies, right? So it's all about having that strategic and the right partnerships in the place is the key here. So with that note, can I, Alvaro, pass it back to you?
Thank you, Deepti. That was great. And just in summary, I fully agree because the partnerships in the payment industry are so important. So then the distributors can focus on their merchants and adding the overall solution without having to, as you say, develop everything from scratch and providing the right level of data and visibility, compliance, and so on. But also that we can really enable them to develop new solutions and adding new products and features, for example, entering into new markets quite easily because of the partnership that we already have, for example, between Elavon and TidyPay, certified to operate in 32 countries. And we believe that, as you said, because the ecosystem is so fast moving, that again, our distributors can focus on doing what they do best, while we stay ahead of the tech and the payment side and the compliance side. So we only see pluses in this business model. And we now would also love to hear if anyone has any questions or reflections after these brief presentations.